Even though she's not doing everything exactly how I want her to do right now, she still looks great. Can't deny that. Sounds great too. Hi, I'm Chad, and welcome to another motovlog. So if you've been around with the channel for a while, you know that I absolutely love my 2017 Aprilia Tuono V4 1100 factory. It's been a thrilling machine. It makes incredible sounds, and it is, in my opinion, one of the most exciting motorcycles to ride, and I think the most exciting motorcycle that I personally have ever ridden. Now that said, it is not without its faults. And I've been fortunate enough that I have not really experienced any significant faults throughout my course of ownership. That said, you've probably seen the title of this video and you're like, oh, what broke on this Aprilia? I mean, as you can see, I'm still riding it, and something didn't completely break per se, but it is not functioning the way that it is supposed to, and that is my quick shifter. As you probably just heard as I shifted up from second to third gear. That said, bike still does great virtual wheelies. That wasn't the best virtual wheelie. So my quick shifter has actually been acting up for a decent amount of time now. I wasn't really sure what it was, and it was very, very rare at first, but within the past couple weeks it's gotten to be a little bit more frequent and more pronounced. It's just not upshifting as smoothly as it used to, and in some cases it does like a double cut, particularly when I'm going from second to third, or sometimes even third to fourth gear. So the other thing it's been doing, and it's been doing this for a couple months now, and it's still pretty infrequent, but if you go and use the quick shifter repeatedly, very quickly, and then set cruise control or go to maintain constant throttle, it's like the quick shifter is trying to cut the ignition over and over and over again, and it'll usually do this until you completely close the throttle or cancel cruise control and let the bike just coast and decel for 5 seconds or so. Let me see if I can show you guys what I'm talking about right here. Yeah, didn't have enough room. But you can see that harder cut. It was almost like it cut the ignition twice when going from second to third gear, which is bizarre and not how this quick shifter has worked in the past. This is a recent development within the last couple weeks. Let's turn traction control back on and see if that changes things. Still very hard cut from second to third gear. Now let's give this another go. Even right there, going up from third to fourth, that's like a double cut, which is not optimum because it really upsets the bike, makes it go, does not conduce to rapid acceleration, and is also uncomfortable. So that's really my biggest clue that the quick shifter is going out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this whole cruise control thing. Like I said, it doesn't happen every time I go and run through the gears really quick and then engage cruise control. It's only here and there. But based on the research that I've done on the Aprilia forum, I've been led to believe that that is also the quick shifter. And what's happening is, because you use the quick shifter repeatedly, and because it's starting to like stick or fail, or the sensor's starting to go bad, it thinks you're still hitting the quick shifter. So again, this is not normal operation, even if you are banging through the gears pretty rapidly, but naturally it's not going to do this the one time I want it to. So yeah, I'm just not really sure if it's the quick shifter. I mean, I'm guessing based on the hard fuel cuts and the fact that it doesn't do this if you don't use the quick shifter, it's probably the quick shifter. And again, just based on what I've read online. So I went ahead and ordered a new quick shifter sensor from Moto Club of Santa Monica. Very stoked they had one in stock, and because they're not too far away from me, should come pretty quick. But I'm going to change that out before I start thinking it might be a transmission issue or something. It's the easiest thing to do, I think, and we'll go from there. But I'm hopeful it's going to be the quick shifter sensor. If that doesn't do it, I am actually taking the bike to Moto Club for its valve service soon. So if the quick shifter sensor doesn't do it, I'll have them diagnose it, try to see if they can figure out why it's doing this, and hopefully have it all squared away and ready to go in time for Aprilia Racer Days, because I was planning on bringing the old girl here instead of my Daytona 675R. It is an Aprilia event after all, even though you don't need to have an Aprilia motorcycle to be able to go ride at the Racer Days event. They have Aprilia bikes to demo, which I'm really looking forward to, but again, you don't need to bring an Aprilia and ride an Aprilia for the rest of the day. You bring whatever you want. So worst case, I bring the Daytona, but I really want to bring this. It's been a while since I've had the Tuono on track. Been over 6 months. End of March was the last time. I just ordered a new front tire too. So let me give this another couple tries, see if I can show you what this whole cruise control quick shifter conundrum is, and just show you some more examples of how it's cutting very aggressively, particularly when you're higher up in the rev range and when the throttle is open more. Blipper still works well though, except I think it did get stuck once actually. That was last week. Went to go do a downshift coming up to a corner, and it just wouldn't blip. I even took my foot completely off the shifter, moved it out of the way, and just no blip. And it's interesting too because the sensor itself is a Domino part. If you're familiar with Domino grips, Domino also makes a lot of the switches on this bike, the electronic controls like the traction control buttons. And I've actually read online that this is the same quick shifter sensor that Ducati uses on the Panigale V4, and I think the Panigale V2. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm going to double check and I'll throw it up here on the screen if I'm right or not. That was a big cut. Whew. But anyways, with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, appreciate a gentle little click of the like button, and if you consider subscribing for more motorcycling content like this, and drop a comment below. Have you ever had an issue like this with your Tuono V4 or RS V4? It's a new one for me. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll hope to catch you in the next one where I hopefully replace my quick shifter sensor. Until then, later.